as we settle in for the opening face-off. The Blaze once again putting out their third line of Josh Bruce, Matt Selby and Ross Venus, while the Sheffield Steelers have Jason Hewitt and Jonathan Phillips along with Chris Frank as their forward line. Ben Olsen is shoved hard into the boards by Hewitt. These two have previous form, of course. Two D-men for Sheffield are Matt Stevenson and Drew Fatter over the far side. And it's Mike Shute and Ben Olsen on defence for the Blaze for this first shift. Hewitt dumps it in.
And Olsen will go with that if he gets on it. No, it's Venus.
He's pulled up and in goes Chris Frank to try and prove a point early on. Le Guy throws the shot on net, and that is Ferguson, showing no ill effects from his meeting with Kelsey Wilson's stick earlier on in the festive period. That's the Eastern diet, I believe. Stick to the ribs.
Yeah, I saw that on the little screen.
And I think Kelsey Wilson can count himself very lucky to have only got 3 games for that ban.
Yeah, it's I mean, you don't know if you're not watching the whole game and you don't know what's going on, but he was a little bit feisty on his first game over here the other week. And
he was trying to hit everything.
He was giving everybody a little tap now and again, but that was there. This is now, we've got the Lee brothers out with Bayrak.
As Paul Thompson shuffles his lines again. Lee brothers have been playing with Russ Cowley.
And Griffin back in D as opposed to the last time we saw him when he was filling in as a forward.
Interestingly as well, it looks like certainly Danny Myers lined up as a winger. Whether he will actually stay as a winger is another question. We can safely assume that he won't, as everyone settles in for a face-off to John DeCaro's right. Is Simon Ferguson, Jeff Le Guy and Ashley Tate the forward line for the Steelers. The Blaze, as Dave said, has the 2 Leibs and Bayrak, and there's Greg Leib.
Again, reaction. Greg Leib just couldn't quite get that down, and he thought he'd have a go anyway, and still got it on target. There we go.
Speculative effort, but we've seen those go in, Dave. It was John DeCaro juggling the puck. Chris Frank, interestingly, has played 2 of the first 3 shifts. He's back on the ice, along with Stephen Gertson and Sean Limpright for the Steelers. Here is Egener. The Steelers are only missing Jim Jorgensen from their roster, otherwise they're at full strength. The Blaze, as we've already mentioned, missing Jeremy Domish, Dustin Cameron and Shea Guthrie. Here is Beleskey. Tries to feed Cameron, the puck's free, Beleskey jabs away, Cameron is dumped on his rear end by Chris Frank.
Showing they can get in there. Beleskey fighting hard in the corner, manages to get it in near the crease. Cameron's there, Beleskey's there.
And everybody's going in charging. So we'll settle in as play resumes. Now it'll be knocked off the boards again. Here is Cameron. He'll dump the puck in for DeCaro. Cowley. Played away again for Ben Olsen. Don't forget, as always, if you have any views on our commentary, want any shout outs, any Happy New Year messages, send us a tweet at Fourth Line Wing. Here is Estes, who had a scrap with Ross Venus. Then these two met on the 30th. Beleskey. Nice hands from Beleskey. Shoots good save, John DeCaro. Beleskey getting applauded as he leaves the ice, and that was a bit of NHL quality right there, Dave.
Absolutely. I think that's where you're going to miss a player of that ability who can turn basically what was nothing into a good scoring chance. He goes shoot, takes it up.
Meanwhile, the shot fires away again. Here is Josh Bruce. Tries to feed the puck out in front for Selby. Selby manages to get free, fires the shot. It's still free for Venus.
There's a third line for you. My life. I think with the exception of Shoot, there's no one on there over 20. 21 maybe.
It is. Venus spins, fires and scores.
After Selby had a go, after Bruce had a go. Excellent start, Paul.
That is an excellent start indeed. 2:54 gone. And Ross Venus will put the puck high over John DeCaro's blocker side.
And that's a marker that says, hey, we may be down.
And I'll be honest, we didn't expect that one.
I did. I always expect us to win, Paul.
There's a lot of Sheffield fans over there in blocks 7 and 8, and at the moment they have been silenced. 2:57 to go. Obviously, a long way to go yet. But if the Blaze starting well, the past few games, it's been the opposition who have scored early.
Absolutely.
Here's Ferguson.
I think now
those Blaze work their way through again. Brad Lieb puts his way towards the net. Actually, as far as the game goes, at the risk of annoying Steelers fans, Blaze scoring first makes for a better game, in my opinion, because it means the Steelers have to come out and attack. And the Steelers score first away from home. They tend to absorb attacks and hit on the counter-attack. They're very effective at it. Now they have to come out and play. The Blaze attack with Bayrak. That pass is astray though. Fed off again. Will be collected by Bayrak. Cross-ice pass. Dumped in by Ben Olsen, who avoids the check from Stephen Gertsen. Beleskey, who barely seems to have left the ice in these first few minutes. Tyler Michel for the Cardiff Devils throws a shot on net. Peter Hirsch deals with it fairly convincingly. Blaze try and work their way up the ice again. Now Mike Shute battling with Gertsen along the boards. Gertsen will try and hold that to go for a face-off. Gertsen is holding it there as well. Players are being told to play it by the referee. It eventually works free. Limp right, Cowley back checks. Now Tyler Michel has a bit of space. Pulls up Tyler Michel, might get the shot off. He does and he scores! Well played, Tyler Michel.
good hands. The hit should have come in from Olsen. It didn't. Here we go, look. Bang. He stepped through it. Beleskey tried to step into it, but unfortunately probably did a little more than not let Hirsch see that shot coming in.
And that was well played, Tyler Michel. He pulled up. Good awareness to avoid the attempted big hit from Olsen.
Well, this is what Coach Thompson, of course, was saying the other day. That, to me, Paul, was a bit of a give-up.
It was a little bit of a give-up. Olsen went for the big hit there.
Well, I don't think he even went for it. He just maybe didn't.
And Tyler Michel, while falling backwards, fires the puck low into the bottom left-hand corner of Peter Hirsch's net, and we're all square again. 4:44 gone on New Year's Day here at the Skydome. Puck is dumped in. Stevenson. Ashley Tate, the old stager, tries to battle into the corner. Do you believe he's in his mid-30s now, Ashley Tate?
I wish I was.
Been around forever. James Griffin will.
It's a nice
touch up for the icing call. 5:08 gone. The Twitter's already off and going.
Are we?
We are off and going. We have Dplanty91.
Who?
That's his Twitter name. I'm going to have to read out the Twitter names because I can't see their actual names
okay.
on my phone. He says, as Blaze fans, well, we're not Blaze fans, we are unbiased. Ask anyone in Sheffield or Nottingham. But as Blaze commentators, what are your views on his words, not mine, Olsen's constant underhand and dirty play?
Oh.
Just like Arsene Wenger, maybe we didn't see as much of it as you do. Certainly.
I'm going to watch now. I get a little bit frustrated with those kind of comments, but I'm going to watch now and I'm going to see.
Indeed, if we spot it,
I'm going to call
we'll
it.
Mention it. We'll call it.
Absolutely. But I'll do the same on Frank.
That's fair, because obviously being unbiased like we are.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, the Steelers try and work their way up the ice. The puck is dumped in. Gertsen will chase. He's a very good player.
Oh, Gertsen impressed us last time, didn't he?
He's a Steelers player we will praise.
Oh, absolutely.
Very effective power forward. Former Phoenix Coyote. And the San Antonio Rampage as well in the AHL. So he's got the pedigree. Meanwhile, I wonder if Mark Thompson has spent all his 50-50 winnings yet.
Fair play to him. You have a go, you win. That's yours, mate.
£4,000. That's a very useful. It's probably about 3 or 4 weeks' wages. That's a month's worth of wages for Mark Thomas, I'd imagine. Probably double 2 months' worth of wages. So, congratulations to him. Here is Ben Olsen. Fairly dirty and underhandedly goes past Stephen Gertson. Now limp right, cross-ice pass for a shot, which is flashed wide. And here goes Beleskey. Pass is behind Cowley. Olsen will nudge the puck in. Space over this side for Fata. Now Stephen Chalmers for the Blaze. Goes behind his own net. Stretch pass. Cowley can't quite pull that one in. Shoot. Cameron will dump this one in. Chris Frank elects to let that go round. It's not picked up by his teammate. And here goes Hewitt on the forecheck. But Wilt's free again. Here will Myers will drive one. It's padded wide by Peter Hirsch. I'd imagine Danny Myers enjoyed scoring the equaliser in Nottingham in the last few seconds on Boxing Day. Here goes Griffin on a raid forward. James Griffin tries to centre it. Puck goes off the frame of the goal and behind. Griffin picks up his own rebound. And here we go the other way. The Steelers might settle in. Griffin is already on the back check. Jonathan Phillips will throw a shot on net. It's padded away and batted out the air beautifully by, I think that was Lee Esders actually, was it? It was indeed Lee Esders. Watch this. Brilliant hand-eye coordination by Esders here. And you can't be anything but praising of that goal.
I bet he's good at rounders as well.
I'll tell you what, he was swinging for the fences when he hit that one, wasn't he?
That was a good reaction. Excellent reaction, but the breakdown in play there again. Young Griffin maybe trying to push a little too hard. Tried to get back, actually he did get back, but the centre ice was missing a player.
Fed across now. We've got a few people telling us that they've got no sound on the webcast. That might be worth you checking your settings, because we do broadcast in stereo.
That's him and me.
That's him, it is indeed. Fed off the boards now, collected by Chalmers. Now, Greg Lee. And the Steelers have gone from 1-0 down to 2-1 up in the space of 4 minutes. Bayrak loses the puck in his feet, eventually finds it, plays it out. Chalmers has to make a decision, eventually pinches in, it'll drop. Checked Olsen, that is Ferguson. And now it's one-on-one with Jeff Legui. This could be dangerous. Grey hands by Legui, he's all the way in and shoots, and Peter Hirsch makes a fantastic save.
Penalty called, I don't know who on.
We'll watch
No
Legui's
doubt
hands
it'll
here.
be called on Olsen.
Shades of Mario Lemieux there, straight through the legs of Stephen Chalmers.
Bit of a slash there from Olsen.
It is Olsen who will go to the box. That'll be some of that underhanded play we were talking about.
No, nothing underhand about that one.
See now,
Sheffield are really showing how potent a force they are on the breakaway like that. They get bodies forward very, very quickly.
And work their way in. It's 8:19 gone. It will be fed behind the net for shoot. And the Steelers looking to turn the screw on the power play. Here is Saric. He will feed the puck into the corner. Good cycling here by the Steelers. We're 30 seconds into their power play already. Now the puck's cleared, and Beleskey might get to that. He's in a foot race with John DeCaro. DeCaro just manages to get it free.
3-on-3 now.
Fans. And now here's Tate. Lays that one off. Shot, and it's there. 3-1
Snuck underneath him.
to Sheffield. And that one was beautifully finished. That is, Tate just lays that one off. And I think that was Jeff Legui who put that one home. Possibly Stephen Gerson will confirm. I'll get there eventually. There's See if we can spot him on the way round. For confirmation. There we go. Gertsen gets the assist, as does Ashley Tate. And it was Jeff Legui. I was right the first time. Doubting myself then. So, 9 minutes gone. The Steelers have scored 3 times. The Blaze have scored once. And he is a fantastic player, Jeff Legui. Selby, as Paul Thompson puts the line that scored for the Blaze, the third line, back out to try and get some back in.
What was...
Checks going in
Frank
everywhere.
again coming in from behind.
He does like to send a message, Chris Frank, and he doesn't care how he does it.
Selby says, hey, you want some? I can give it.
Dare I say it, Chris Frank is their equivalent of Ben Olsen. As John DeCaro holds on to the loose puck. As it's dumped in.
I'm sure that hit from Selby was on Saric again. When he's
long memory, Matt Selby. Odd Savage, a little controversial last time when he wielded his stick.
Yeah.
In an illegal fashion. Eggener.
No.
And again, the shot doesn't beat the first man.
And there were 3 of them.
Now, Eggener again. That Steelers goal on the power play for Jeff Legui. And now, that will be pulled in by Legui again, and it's 2-on-1. Here goes Ferguson all the way in. And somehow, he missed that one. He pulled Peter Hirsch right out of his jockstrap there. Ferguson puts in a big check as well. In goes James Griffin. The puck's free though. For Tate, shoots, saved by Hirsch. Puck drops again. It's all Steelers at the moment. Players look like they're reeling a little. Now Savage. And now we're hearing the noise from the orange-clad horde from Yorkshire behind Peter Hirsch's net.
Oh yes! Greg Lieb over to Bradley. That was very, very nicely played. Look at the speed of these passes.
Beleskey laid off. Greg Lieb picks that up.
He knows he's there.
And Bradley puts it home. The silent assassin. It's 3-2.
That was very nice. Nice finishing, but you see what very quick passing does, and people being in what you might term is the right place. In the crease, ready, waiting. Maybe that's some of that psychic energy.
I think it's all the people behind the goal at the north end there, trying to suck the puck into the net as well.
Well, we'll take anything.
Brad Lieb from Greg Lieb, and it's 3-2 after 10 minutes. Brad Lieb again fires it. The rebound nearly finds his brother Greg. Tell you what, everyone in the rink might have hangovers, but the players don't. 5 goals in 10 minutes. And suddenly, all the noise is from the Blaze crowd after that goal. Here's Michelle. Shot on net is held by Peter Hirsch. Second assist went to James Griffin.
Yeah.
Brad Lieb goal.
It was a nice finish.
It was a very nice finish indeed. Pass made it. It's one of those goals where you say the pass made it. Greg Lieb fired it across.
Oh yeah.
Hard and low. Brad Lieb got to the right place at the right time, and all he had to do was let it hit his stick and redirect. Kind of thing you teach your Phoenix girls all the time, that one, Dave.
We try.
Here's Matt Selby. Shot is padded away by DeCaro. Lee Esders, who has 1 goal tonight already for the Steelers. Josh Bruce will ease Esders into the boards. Now Phillips. Tipped, and that one, from our perspective, looked like it might have been heading for the top corner. It actually went right the way across the front of the goal. Esders again. And Chris Frank may struggle here. It's 1-on-2. Venus will elect to fire a effort from distance. Does well, Ross Venus.
Yeah.
Eventually, sheer weight of numbers overwhelms the Blaze forward, and Rod Savage will pick it up. This third line has had its criticism. Some say the Blaze team aren't quite as deep as some others, Brits voice, but they've done well so far this game, Dave.
Yeah, they're young guys. They can run hard and they almost Cowley getting on the back of that rebound.
It's a nervous few seconds then. That's Beleskey firing a hard one, and Cowley, and the puck dribbles across DeCaro's pads and he plucks at it gratefully.
Yeah, these the Brit guys, they're doing a good job. They've got lots of energy. They've got nothing to lose. They don't have reputations to lose. They just go for it. You got to love it. Olsen's shot is pushed away by Ferguson.
I've just had one of my Honey Badgers of Coventry teammates, Matt East, who's comments. He's just said, Frank is Sheffield's Austin's. That one's padded away.
Delayed penalty on Coventry.
Delayed penalty on Coventry. It is charging. Interesting.
Oh, I wish we could see that one again.
That was Russ Cowley being called for charging.
He's not the kind of guy who charges.
But yep, Matty's saying every team has that type of player. Olsen for the Blaze, Frank for the Steelers, and even me for the Badgers.
Oh, Matt.
There you go. Dave's seen me play. I think he's being slightly sarcastic there somehow.
Go for it, Meast. I'll leave it with that.
We have got some hellos to say as well. We'll work our way through those. Eventually, it's fed to the back post. Now, Bradley for Mike Shoot. Shot is tipped just wide. It's free again. Hirsch drops. Played again by Bradley. Now Legui. Michel. Shoved hard into the boards. Michel as well, taking the hit to make the play. Legui again. 1 minute 30 remaining on this power play for the Steelers. They already have one power play goal. Savic. Good play by Greg Lee with the stick. Takes the puck off the toe.
Gone for the up and under.
Went for the up and under, and DeCaro just waved it by, I think.
Yeah.
I think
Bayrak and Beleskey on now. Olsen and Griffin in D. And 1 minute 10 of this penalty kill to go.
It is nice to hear the Sky Dome make some noise. Their team are 3-2 down. 5 goals in the first 10 minutes. Beleskey does well to stay on side as Bayrak
Weren't sure what he was going to do with that one then.
And indecision means he loses the puck and the Steelers can come the other way. It's fed round for Ferguson, but Olsen will get his long reach there first. Bata can't keep it in. Stevenson.
40 seconds left of this penalty kill.
Now Ferguson, who's already had one chance,
and
doesn't make
Hirsch
his way through.
will tidy that up.
And here we go. Ferguson is unceremoniously removed from in front of Peter Hirsch, and Ben Olsen shoving away. He's eased out the way. Is that just clearing the crease, Dave? That's Egener. Oh, actually. That's a naughty little slash, I think, from Egener.
Yeah, we get a lot of slashes there from a lot of people.
Naughty boy, Egener.
Some would say he was getting a bit close to his goalie and he didn't want that.
You can't blame him for protecting his goalie, but perhaps the fashion that he did so there was... He was lucky to get away with that.
He certainly was, probably fortunate, as were the other 4 participants, I think. But no, that's where you don't want to have a penalty at this point.
So 35 seconds remaining on the power play for Sheffield. They lead 3-2. Savic fires that one on net. It's held by Peter Hirsch, and he will cover up.
The thing there with Egener, and this I think is what Coach Thompson was talking about, being mean. Being mean means don't give away silly things like risk going 5-on-3 when your netminder already has the puck. The play's dead and he's not under any real pressure.
Yeah, it's...
No, let's give it to the penalty. No, that's not the way.
Here is Michel. Now the Steelers will try and work the puck free. The Steelers are not the cleanest of teams themselves, but they're always the first to be morally outraged.
That was a little bit late by Michel.
They use the Sheffield start. Dave Sims with it and his attack dog, Bob Westerdale. They can guarantee if a Steeler is sinned against, you'll know about it. Here's Frank.
Oh, dear me. I looked at that. Can we see that again, quickly? You watch this as Hirsch takes the puck I don't know about the rest of you. I could just see his stick bobbling just to the left-hand side of him, and I thought the puck had found its way through. I was about to run screaming from the building.
Nervous moments there. Blaze are back to full strength. Meanwhile, 14:37 gone in this first period, 3-2 in favour of the Sheffield Steelers here on New Year's Day, hockey night in Coventry. Stevenson throws that on net, and Hirsch isn't sure where it is for a second or so. Curls over and eventually gratefully falls on it.
Yeah, John was being pressured, but keeping the Sheffield player away from any loose puck. I think that was Phillips in there.
And now the puck will be fed away. Stevenson, very underrated player, Matt Stevenson. Quiet, stay-at-home D-man, does his job.
That was Josh Bruce, I think, there.
He's not scared.
Oh no,
he's a Kirkcaldy boy. They build them tough up north.
Again, he's a kid who came through the Blaze junior system, or in the latter part of his hockey career. To Telford, had to go there with Tommy Watkins' outfit, and got called up by Paul Thompson just to put a bit of extra Brit in the mix.
They're shooting Cameron tips that well. That one goes up over the top. I thought we nearly had another one there.
Absolutely. Oh, dear me.
Blaze seem to be going for the tips here. They've worked out that if they can get the puck hard to the front of John DeCaro's net, there may be profit. Here is Cameron. Jammed up against the board. Several players over there trying to dig the puck free. Estes eventually manages to do so. We'll dump it in, and the Steelers will go for a change. Shoot. Calms play down a little. Short pass for Beleskey, who looks, well, he's always looked motivated, but he looks especially motivated this evening.
He does have a little spring in his step.
Obviously, he's on his way back to North America.
Yeah, there's a lot of ladies with a little bit of a moist eye in here tonight. Favourite with the ladies, favourite with the guys as well. You know, he does add something a little special, a little spectacular. Most games, every game.
We'll see now who works the puck free. Thank you to everybody who's saying great unbiased commentary to the pair of us.
Oh.
It's a new year. It's a change. That's what it is.
You better change that then, eh? Can't have that.
That's dumped in for Cameron. He will elect to go for a change. Farter will pick it up.
Elected to go for a change too slowly.
Indeed. Dave coaches the girls team here in Coventry. He also takes part as a bench coach for my team, the Honey Badgers, and if we change slowly, we know about it. I've been on the end of Dave's wrath a few times for changing slowly. Not just for changing slowly, but... Here is Chris Frank. He pulls the puck in down the left-hand side. He'll dump it in. Eases his way past Brad Lieb. Phillips. Frank goes all the way back to his position on defence after a little foray forward. 16:49 gone now here at the Scorridome. 3-2. After a flurry of goal scoring early on in the first 10 minutes, 5 goals. The game has settled into a rhythm now. Brad Lieb and Ross Venus for the Blaze. Lee Estes along with Tyler Michel and Jeff Leguy for the Sheffield Steelers. Steelers come forward again with Estes. 17-17 gone. Estes looks a very motivated player this evening as well. Phillips. Estes and Shoot. Shoot possibly spent more time concentrating on Estes than he should have done there. The Steelers trying to establish the cycle. Ben Olsen battling there with Jonathan Phillips. Here is Ferguson, throws the puck on net, and the Steeler ends up over the top. And here is Olsen and Phillips. And also in there is Jason Hewitt.
There's a whole gaggle of people getting in. Let's have a look at that again, Paul.
It was
that's dead now. Let's see what...
Stevenson, I think, who ended up going over the top of Peter Hirsch. No, it was Stevenson who ended up going over the top of Peter Hirsch.
And Olsen, I think, is He's justified in being aggrieved at that. That was pretty poor. By my reckoning, there should be 2 Steelers players out.
Apparently you've caused great mirth by saying, because of Matt Beleskey, there were lots of ladies with moist, and then pausing before saying eyes. I'm sure that pause was completely unintentional.
It was, I can assure you.
You don't know what we were talking about. Innuendo bingo.
I think you've made me blush.
That's an achievement in
That
itself.
was, I have to say, I thought people watching this were a little bit more highbrow.
I'm saying absolutely nothing. 17:45 gone, and it will be some 4-on-4 hockey.
Oh, Matt Beleskey there charges down that shot.
And Cameron is lurking at the back post. Beleskey will turn the puck ahead to Caro. Wasn't sure where that was.
How that guy does that?
He's
I've seen you try and do that, Paul, but he does it when he's moving.
This is very this is very
fast.
true. And he doesn't chop onions all the way up the side of the rink either. Here goes Legui, another very skilled stick handler.
Oh,
fired across, and that's a nasty slash from Ferguson. It's a good. I think he's very lucky that didn't connect with anybody.
That was just.
That is Simon Ferguson.
I think
Watch
they
this
picked
here.
up a penalty anyway.
Simon Ferguson just swings his stick there, close to Peter Hirsch. Well, he can take slashes, he can also swing his stick, can Ferguson. Pure frustration, I think. Meanwhile, 18-17 gone, 1:28 remaining.
Now this is the time.
4-on-4.
Coventry Blaze have really got to keep their the positive momentum going now. Frustration, annoyance, leave it on the bench. When you get out there, you're going looking for goals, you're going to stop goals. We didn't see that a couple of games recently. So be very, very careful.
Hopefully we'll see it this evening. The two teams are still 4-on-4, 1:26 remaining of the penalties. To Ben Olsen and also Jonathan Phillips. There is Fata, touches up for the icing call. 1:12 remaining now. Still 3-2 in the period which the Blaze started well, then the Steelers rose into the ascendancy. The Blaze have done well to stick with them, because the past couple of games, as soon as teams have been on a bit of a run, the Blaze have kind of faded.
Looking over there now, I see Shea Guthrie and Sam Smith on the stairs, just behind the guy in the blue shirt there, far part of the frame. They're having a watch, and those guys wish they were on.
They will do. I think all of the Skydome wishes they were both on as well, particularly Shea Guthrie. Brad Leaved as well to clear that up and off the benches. Fata. Under 1 minute remaining in the 4-on-4 now. Fata dumps that in. Will be chased into the corner by Gertson. Fata can't get to that one. Rod Savage will have to travel back to his own zone. Lays that one off for Limbright. 40 seconds remaining.
That was... he was a little unlucky there, but I think it was.
Limbright was a little bit casual, I think, in getting into the zone.
Well, I think he thought his play was going in quicker.
I think Gertson anticipated Limbright crossing the blue line there. Into the final minute of the first period here at the Skydome. It's 3-2 to Sheffield.
In the last 15 seconds of this, if there's no more penalties, it'll be 5-on-5.
We'll see who can settle in now. You see Dave Grant's got his sound working now, because he heard our comment about highbrow listeners. He just goes, you've got people watching from Sheffield and Coventry. Oh, and that one's off the post then. Good save from Peter Hirsch. Shot from the right point. That was Chris Frank, I think it was. No, it wasn't. It was Tyler Michelle who fired that shot in. Let off for the Blaze there. They'll come the other way. 5 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. And 15 seconds remaining in the period. Both teams back to full strength now. And if that had gone the other way, we could have had a 1-on-1 between Jonathan Phillips and Ben Olsen. Phillips trying to land a shot on Olsen.
3 seconds.
And the first period will end 3-2.
Oh, Ferguson and Olsen again.
So for someone who everyone in Sheffield thinks is an angel who Kelsey Wilson brutally attacked, he does like.
Well, I think Wilson
mouthing
did,
off.
but that's what I'm saying. I never saw what made him do it. He does seem to be wanting to antagonise Olsen, which isn't always a good thing to do, but Olsen's just got to step away from it. It's hard for him, though. You know.
Well, Ferguson is still talking. He's making his case.
I'd love to see that shot again.
The one that went up off the post.
Yeah.
I'm
It
hoping
was off the post.
It
right?
was off the post. It was off the inside
Okay.
of the post.
Okay.
Just don't set off more controversy than we've already got.
No, when I saw it coming, oh no, not this close to a period break. Anyway, who we got on the line there, Paul? Anybody of interest? Everybody's interested.
Everybody of interest on Twitter very swiftly.
Any shouts?
Indeed. Hello to Anne Ryder from Tom, Steve and Dan. Happy birthday to you for Saturday.
Anne's birthday?
It is indeed.
Happy birthday, Anne. I'm coming to get you.
She's a good friend of the webcast. And also thank you to everyone who've been making the comments right the way through. If we didn't get through to you this period, we will get through to you at the start of the second period. We'll be back in 13 and a half minutes or so. End of the first period here at the Sky Dome on New Year's Day. And it is Genty Casino Coventry Blaze 2, Sheffield Steelers 3. Also hello to the Shoots, who are watching as ever.
I hope you're all better over there and it stops snowing.
And also hello to Tim and Kathy Seaton, who we assume are watching. As always, the mother and father-in-law of Brad Lee. Here are the Steelers, who will start the period with Mark Thomas. He will feed it along the boards. The Sheffield fans start up a chant of "Let's go Steelers" as Lee Estes digs the puck out the corner. Mike Shute is there as well. Good play by Jonathan Phillips, the Steelers captain, former Cardiff Devil. As you'd expect, it's not a Sheffield game unless Dave Sims is here somewhere. You can probably hear him in the background. Our microphones are probably picking him up. Just can't keep away from the media, Simsy. As Mike Shute fires one. And it's cleared. Now, Venus. Ferguson. On the left-hand side. Good play by Simon Ferguson, and very nearly drives that through. The whistle has gone before.
You can.
Thank you, Simon. You got out the way of Hirsch then, like you were supposed to. What's this? Oh, in fairness, he was knocked into Hirsch by Mike Egener there.
Yeah, but when you're sitting on him, the Sheffield bench coach getting himself all excited, probably more excited because the Coventry fans behind him are kind of asking him why he's jumping up and down. Ashley Tate's having a little word. Why wasn't that a goal? Well, actually, blown his whistle before it went in.
I refuse to believe Ryan Finnerty is getting in any way excited.
Yes, he's getting just mildly excited.
A cool, calm, unemotional customer, Ryan Finnerty. If you believe that, I've got a bridge I want to sell you as well.
You do?
Chef Legui works his way free, and eventually the puck bobbles through to Peter Hirsch.
I don't know what was going on with Egener there.
I think he was trying to shepherd the puck back to...
Oh, Egener, he ended up on the ice.
All the way furthest forward. Steelers
who's he lined up against?
Simon Ferguson, absolutely. They need to sign a player called Massey to Sheffield.
Now that I do those jokes, right?
Here goes Greg Leib. The tractor line.
Oh,
and DeCaro.
oh!
Puck bounced up in front of him. That's a knuckleball, I think.
That would have been a strange goal had it come off.
Bayrak will lay that one off for Greg Leib. Greg Leib's pass is...
Expecting his brother to come inside there, he went outside.
Greg Leib's pass rarely for him is inaccurate. Now Tate. Spins away, loses the puck, Ashley Tate, and it's 3-on-1 the other way.
Griffin brings it away.
Back checking is Chris Frank. Griffin fires.
Oh, and that's come out in front.
Oh, and Drew Fata there. Or Fata. I know I'm alternating pronunciations of Drew Fata.
But I think Griffin kind of took the forwards a little bit by surprise there, actually going all the way up to take the shot. They were already coming off when that puck was bouncing free in front of the netminder.
I think John DeCaro has started the second period a little nervously. 1:50 gone. In the second period, driven wide by Chalmers, and he got all of that one.
Wasn't so far.
Now the Steelers will break again.
They've got to be on their mettle now.
Ben Olsen goes into the corner with Steelers forward. And now the Blades can break again. If Cowley pulls that in, he does.
Dumps it into the corner for Cameron.
Tyler Michel very industrious on the back check, but Cameron and Beleskey can do that too. They're battling away. And the Steelers eventually get the puck out for Michel. He will probably dump this in. No. Yes, he does. There we go for a line change.
Now we've got to move it quickly.
And Blaze briefly having the advantage. The pass goes behind Ben Olsen from Chalmers. Beleskey. Cowley is in space over this side if Beleskey wants to try the pass. Instead he lays it off for Cameron, who drives one. And it's saved by DeCaro.
Better get on it.
Griffin will get back to that one. Fed off the boards for Cowley. Griffin charging forward again. He wants the return pass. Gets it. Goes round behind the opposition net. James Griffin. Shoot. Batted away by DeCaro. 3 minutes gone now. No goals yet in this second period. Still 3-2 to the Sheffield Steelers. Esders. And Phillips will try and get to it. Doesn't manage to. Shoot will get there instead. Everything will calm down briefly. Steelers put their line of Legui, Tate and Ferguson back out. Here is Ferguson for Legui. Ferguson battling away in the corner. For all our mockery of his mouth, he's been a good little player and he's hit hard. Ferguson there by Mike Egener. You might have felt that one, Simon. And now the Steelers will curl again. 4 minutes in to the second period. Tate is hit hard by Olsen. And Tate felt that one. He's picked himself up now, though. Brad Lieb is behind the net with Ferguson. Ferguson tries to go for the wraparound. Hirsch isn't sure where it is. The puck eventually works free. Lieb is forced to the ice and the puck is cheered over the boards. Brad Lieb wants a call for a cross-check.
And quite rightly, in my opinion.
What's this here? It's actually Tate who
Here
goes
we
round
go.
behind the net. Maybe not a violent cross-check, but a definite nudge in the back there. So,
We were quite scathing at Egener earlier, and to me there wasn't a great deal of difference between those two.
It is fatter, not farter. He's not flatulent.
I'm not even going anywhere near that.
If he was mouthy, you could say he was full of wind, though. Here is Legui. Dumps the puck in for Gertsen.
Clear it.
And the Blades have to clear it, as Dave says. They do now eventually. And
Olsen gets a shot on goal.
It does. It went through the crease. Would have gone in if DeCaro didn't deal with it. Good play by Legui. Now Limbright will wind up and drive. That puck will go high into the rafters.
Let's hope it doesn't hit the roof, drop down and go in. Otherwise we'll have the conflict we had after the Cardiff Coventry game the other week.
We'll have a week's worth of Sheffield Star articles after that one. I'm wondering if he's here, Bob Westerdale, actually. Looking for the puppet strings. Here goes James Griffin. And that might be a delay game penalty. The Steelers want one.
No, it's hit the stick on the way.
That's what the Blades are claiming.
That's what Mr. Kavanagh says.
And the Steelers have been impressed.
Oh, affinities. I love that hand. Everybody. Why is everybody waving one hand in the air?
I think it's trying to get his point across.
To be honest, was probably better placed to see and hear what was going on there. But hey, every coach has got to try it.
You probably need one of those bleep machines if we could see and hear what
it's got to be icing.
Was saying. That is icing.
Come on, Griff, you only need to touch it, so.
The Blades are on the penalty kill, and they have 1:13 remaining of this penalty kill.
This is why people love coming to play at Coventry, I think. Having the fans so close to the bench, it builds the intensity of the game up.
They can interact nicely with each other. There's a shot from Cowley, didn't catch that, and there might be a break the other way for Michel when he eventually pulls the puck from under his feet. Olsen forces him wide with that long reach of his. Limp right for Gertsen. This Cowley gets a New Year's hug from Stephen Gertsen. Limp right is lurking for the loose puck. It's free now. Cowley has space to skate into. He needs support.
Take
Beleskey
some time off the clock.
join him. That'll kill some time. Beleskey jams the puck up against the balls. Now it works free. 35 seconds remaining on this penalty. Steelers not
by
having the
Griffin
best
there
power play.
again, keeping it in. Tate's hanging right up on this blue line.
Intelligent play from James Griffin. Now the Steelers will try and set up as they've got 20 seconds remaining of power play. Ferguson just lets the puck go by. Stevenson lays that one off for Legui, who catches a good one.
Good man. Cameron just clearing the zone. 9 seconds of this power play to go.
And 6:12 remaining. 6:12 gone, sorry, in the second period. Here is Jonathan Phillips, plays that one off, shot from Tate. Plays her back to full strength, Stevenson for the Steelers at the point. Wants a pass back, instead the pass goes the other way. And
James Griffin is going to want to get off of there very soon. He's been on for a long time.
very effective penalty killing shift. Good work indeed from James Griffin.
Absolutely.
Fata, meanwhile, has left the ice quickly and unobtrusively after falling over there. Esders. Puck is poked away. Ross Venus will pick that puck up. Faced by three Steelers. Josh Bruce is with him. Venus elects to fire the shot on net. Padded away. Selby. This line already has one goal this evening. Venus scored it. Set everything off and running. 2 minutes into the game. Now the puck is jammed up against the boards over there in that corner. Stevenson. Steelers still have the one goal advantage. Jason Hewitt will dump that in for Lee Estes to chase. Estes tries to feed Hewitt. Shoot will get there first. Now, once again, the Steelers spin. Chris Frank and Ben Olsen collide. There's two big guys. And eventually, Olsen wins that particular battle. Might shoot as the Blades go for a change. Bayrak will chase. Brad Lee.
Greg Lee
picks
it up, chips it in, but can't get round the Sheffield player.
That was Drew Fata trying to make a raid up ice. Nearly played himself out of position. And this is a lot more even than the first 10 minutes of the first period were, Dave.
Right, I'm enjoying this. This is a good game.
And now it's run for Brad Lee. Spins away, can't get the vital touch on the puck, and the Steelers will break the other way with Tyler Michelle. Good defensive work from Stephen Chalmers. Michelle gets the pass back. Brad Lee back in his own zone. Gertson battling with Brad Lee. That was a little hard, and surprisingly the referee's arm stays down there. Egener on Sean Linkwright. Ferguson, and that very nearly finds Bayrak, not quite though. Brad Lee goes down, picks himself up now. Chalmers will chase it. Ferguson gets there first though. Dumps on his rear end over in that corner. And now Bayrak will dump that puck up the ice. Coming up to 10 minutes gone in the second period, halfway through the game. Advantage Sheffield at the moment. Ferguson. That's a good pass for Fata, who misses it, and there might be a break on here for Bayrak. He almost seemed to slow down then, Mike Bayrak.
He was trying to work out where Cameron was.
I'd have backed him against Fata then. Here is Shoot now. Thrown on net, very nearly finds Cameron. Bayrak now is out of position, and suddenly Le Guy will lay that one off. Tate doesn't catch it properly. Beleskey. But Bayrak did seem to perhaps not make quite as much effort as he could have done to reach that puck. Here's Beleskey now. Shot goes wide. We'll find Le Guy. I'm very much of the school of thought, get on the puck first, then work out what you're going to do with it. Because if you're thinking before you get to the puck, and someone else might nip in and take it off you, as happened with Bayrak. Here's Beleskey, space for Cowley now. Nice hands from Cowley, lays it off, shot. Oh! The Blaze!
What a sweet goal. Beleskey to Cowley, and Cameron finishes it off.
Watch this one here. Cowley, bang! Have that, John
That was a la Nottingham the other week. They were doing things like that to us.
That was some sexy Thompson hockey.
That right was. There. He's gonna be buzzing with that one.
Vicious wrist shot into the top corner from Dustin Cameron. Who is on something of a scoring run at the Sky Dome.
Josh Bruce working hard in there.
Good play from Josh Bruce, very good play. His third line out again. Now Venus.
Gets tangled up with the referee. Ooh, thrown in by Griffin again.
Brave by DeCaro. He was a bit casual watching that go wide. Jonathan Phillips goes for the up and under. Now Selby. And the whistle goes.
What? No way.
Nobody's sure what the whistle went for there.
Well,
Did you see
he's
anything?
indicating a hand pass.
Now we'll see what occurs on the face-off. It is to the right of Peter Hirsch's net. 10:57 gone and it's 3 each here at the Sky Dome. Dustin Cameron equalising for the Blaze after Tyler Michel, Jeff Legui and Lee Esders would score for the Steelers, and Brad Lieb and Ross Venus for the Blaze. Chris Frank turns behind his own net under pressure from Brad Lieb. And now the Sky Dome starting to get a little noisy. Everyone's shaking off their hangovers. Space for Limbright. Throws a shot on net, it's verts his way free, and it's still free, and Peter Hirsch makes the save there. That was Tyler Michel on that rebound like a cat on a mouse.
Oh.
It's going in as the Steelers try and respond, but here's Greg Lieb with Bayrak. Bayrak will get there. But still working behind the net. Eventually the Steelers will pick it up with Ashley Tate. The pass goes a little astray. Luckily for the Steelers there is Rod Sarich. 12:08 gone in this second period, just over halfway through the game. Tate nudged into the boards. Sarich. Justin Cameron nearly picked that pass off. Will be dumped in again by Stevenson. Shot from Tate, padded away by Hirsch. Now it'll work free. Cameron is hit hard and cleanly.
That was a good hit
by Dufata. Legui. Look, eventually works his way free. Now there might be options on for the Blaze. Cowley turns away from Danny Myers, lays it off for Cameron again. Cameron! Oh! Wide!
Oh, what?
And Beleskey is cross-checked in the back, and somehow there's no call on that one. Here is shoot. We're not going to get a replay because the Blaze are still in the attacking zone. Beleskey. And now the Blaze crowd makes some serious noise. Tip wide by Selby. He fed away again. And we'll all calm down a little again.
That was a seriously good piece of play there.
And now we're seeing what this Blaze team can do.
Hey, like we said before, you know, you might be down, doesn't mean you're out.
13-18 gone in this second period on New Year's Day.
Oh, we've got a timeout call, I believe, for Sheffield.
It is a timeout called by Sheffield. Ryan Finnerty trying to calm his troops down a little.
And then you get the customary noise. It's a very noisy place to be if you're trying to have a timeout.
This is the noisiest I've heard the Sky Dome all season.
It's, I think it must be all those cowbells they've been selling.
You can hear the cowbells, you can hear the cheering.
The Sheffield media, Simsy and co along there, having a little wry smile.
Should point out the Sky Dome's by no means full this evening.
No, it's not. No, it's
a lot of gaps.
Block 1 is really quite empty. Most of the other blocks are pretty full. Plenty of people standing up enjoying the game, which is a good game. Hope everyone else is of that opinion at home.
Blaze in the ascendancy this period. The first period was Sheffield's. So far the second period has been very much Coventry's. Here's Brad Lieb. Only 1 goal scored so far from Dustin Cameron. But it's not for want of trying, and it's not for want of chances either. And again, the Sky Dome makes some noise. This team has played best this season in times of adversity.
Oh,
I think we're seeing that again very nearly. Check on
Phillips really almost taking Griffin's head off there.
Now Stevenson. Puck is dumped in. And now there's space for Cowley, but he can't quite pull that one in, and now he has to leave the zone. Repeat. Fennell on the board. Another Panthers fan. Shelley Belcher says bleeding blue for tonight only.
Hey, we love you anyway.
Tipped across. And Ben Olsen loses his stick. This could be awkward. Picks it up now, but Gertson. Good play by Beleskey. Here is Sean Limpright. Beleskey is battling with him.
Holding Beleskey's stick there.
Indeed. Dirty little plays like that, the kind Ben Olsen would be proud of. And now Shoot will dump that in. Beleskey will chase along with Matt Stevenson. Mark Thomas is there as well.
Oh, been nice if Shoot could have been up on the line there.
Olsen will dump this one back in.
Look for a quick change. And Leibs are back out again, so that third line is taking a break this time.
15-17 gone here in the second period, 3 each. And a game that's poised on a knife edge. The Steelers fire off shot, that goes wide.
What?
That's borderline too many men. Rod Savage being shoved off the ice by Mark Thomas unceremoniously.
Yeah.
Get out the way, mate.
I'm still on and I'm still playing it.
There's John DiCarlo.
Yeah, good.
Plucks that one down, but Thomas
Mike
was aware.
Shute almost getting caught out down there in that last play, Paul. And the Sheffield player able to chase out, to charge it down, keep it in the Blaze zone. You've got to be careful on that. Get it out the zone, get it to a blue shirt.
15:44 gone. Here is Ashley Tate. Down this side is Ferguson. Gets the pass now. Fires a shot on net. Padded away. Stephen Chalmers. Ferguson is over there in the corner. Tate's lurking as well. The puck is out behind the net. Legui is eased out of the play. Ferguson again. Mike Egener. These two have battled all evening. And now Chris Frank chopping away. He's still got the puck as Chris Frank thrown on net. Cleared.
That'll be a penalty against Coventry, but you have to wonder a little bit what started that off. Sarridge trying to chop Greg Leib up a little bit there, and Leib gives him a little tap back.
Greg Leib is still unimpressed, and you can probably tell that from the...
Oh, there's another stick gun. He takes it really, really serious when he believes that the call has gone incorrectly or not been called at all.
Bradley gets 2 minutes for slashing.
Could have done without that now. That's 2 minutes of pressure we didn't need.
Especially coming towards the end of the second period of a tight game. This will be a crucial power play. Shot is wide. Peter Hurst watches it go wide. Olsen steps out to Sean Limpright. Limpright works his way free. Cameron now. Blaze might be able to break up the ice. Cameron and Beleskey. Nice hands from Matt Beleskey there. Behind his own net, and I don't think Cameron was expecting the pass over the net. Beleskey is killing the penalty by himself. And over this side is Cameron. Doesn't catch that one properly. Beleskey stays on. Matt Beleskey having his name chanted. And now here is Limpright, who fires one that goes up off Mike Shute's stick.
We'll give Beleskey a chance to jump off. He was going to jump off after that little bit of skill that he showed everybody there. Realised that we could have been in trouble. Cowley changed to Cameron instead, and he got back into the play. That's it's not just intelligent. The guy's fired up tonight, that's for sure.
He's got a point to prove. He's showcasing his skills.
I don't think he has any points. to prove in this league, but he's going to leave everybody with a smile on his last game here at Coventry rather than a frown.
It may not be his last game if the NHL does lock out for the season. We've been told he will be back. But if not, it has been a privilege to watch him.
And he stayed a lot longer than some.
He has stayed a lot longer than some. Stevenson. Some bloke called Sestito, I think. He went home fairly quickly. And again, calling Sestito an NHLer was a stretch. Works his way free again for Ashley Tate.
20 seconds of this penalty
to go, and it's free in front, and eventually it'll be held by
Peter Hirsch. Manages to collect that up. And we get a quick whistle from the referee. Well, it's exciting, this ball.
It is an exciting one,
Isn't it, Pete? Pete says yes.
Steve Thomas says, enjoying my first viewing of the webcast. Neighbours might find it a bit hard ringing a cowbell. Hearing a cowbell being rung from my living room.
Did he?
Shout out to Clara and Jake, who are watching in their onesies.
Clarence.
Apparently.
Those things should be banned, except for small children.
You've got onesies and cowbells. I bet the neighbours are loving that. Here is Fata. Shot thrown on net, it's free and nearly jammed home. That's the wrong side of the net from a Steelers perspective.
Get it out of there.
And
here
clear.
We go, 3 seconds. And Bradley is back on. He'll stay on now.
And technically, there was talk of clapping during the 39th minute for Beleskey. Shouldn't they be doing that now?
No, it'll be when it says 39.
I was going to say technically that's the 40th minute.
Unfortunately, Paul, not everybody.
Here we go. Ben Olsen is digging away. I'm not sure whether he got a stick there. See if we can spot the replay on this. Bradley gets a little shove in. Look, might shoot as well.
Reeve gets a push, Shoot gets a push, and Olsen says, look, Mr. Michel, if you want to do the pushing and shoving, I'm ready. Here we go then, a minute and a half just under in this second period. It's still 3-3 here at the Sky Dome.
Incidentally, the EIHL Beauties Twitter account and fanzine has tweeted us to...
Who?
EIHL Beauties, which is a Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a fan Twitter account, fanzine, has tweeted us to say that Matt Beleskey has been voted their Beauty of the Week, which is a high honour.
Is it really?
In British hockey terms. Here is Gertson. He'll drive one.
Again, very influential player, Gertson.
And now we're into the final minute.
This is the 39 minutes now.
And we basically see the Sky Dome thanking Matt Beleskey in their own fashion during the 39th minute by rising and chanting his name. Here is Beleskey.
Can he get a goal with it?
Can he get one? He's trying to work it. It's Beleskey, and it's somewhere.
My God.
In that pile.
That's digging for gold.
Beleskey wouldn't give up on this.
Looking to try and get it on that minute. God. Cameron has a go. Beleskey's still in there. Somebody drives on Cameron. I have no idea why. It seems rather stupid at that point. Yeah, he's lying on my player. Well, don't jump on top of him then. Get him up. Oh dear me, that was a bit of excitement for everybody. 35 seconds to go. It'll be a face-off in the Sheffield zone.
It will be. Matt Beleskey is... I'm not sure Beleskey's worked out what's going on yet. There we go.
I think he has now.
He has now. The chanting of his name during the 39th minute, I think. He was being informed.
He's getting ready. Teapot time almost there.
Meanwhile, there's discussion going on over there. I think the puck did actually enter the net, but the goal was waved off due to a man in the crease.
A pile of people lying on top of each other.
And you can probably hear this during the 39th minute. And Beleskey will step back out onto the ice.
Penalty shot.
Penalty shot, which Beleskey will take in the 39th minute.
You couldn't write it like this.
You couldn't write it any better. In the 39th minute of his last game.
I'm not sure how that works out, but hey.
At the Sky Dome, Matt Beleskey has a penalty shot. Can John DeCaro spoil the party? Here goes Beleskey. Straight down the middle, Beleskey shoots.
Oh! 5-0!
Matt Beleskey scores!
Beleskey in 39-25. You've got to think there, is that going to go through?
And it sneaks through.
Well, I know there's a lot of Nottingham fans out there. Tweet us if you enjoyed that, guys. Even half as much as we did.
Even half as much. And there goes the Sky Dome. We'll just stand silently for this.
Ashley Tate's still not a happy bunny. I don't know why he's pointing down that end. It was all up this end, Ashley.
The Sky Dome honours an NHLer who they've really taken to their hearts, just
Ryan
like they did
Finnerty
White
giving the referee a lot of explanations on why that shouldn't have been as it is, and there's not a lot going to change that now, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, you couldn't have written that in the 39th minute.
That was Roy of the Rovers. But Sheffield ain't going to lie down.
It is free again. It's tipped by Jet Legui, and it doesn't go in. It'd be just like the Steelers to score in immediately afterwards. Here is Bradley. And Bayrak
to Bayrak.
One-on-one. Bayrak pulls up.
Oh, he pulled backwards.
No call this time.
Penalty shot.
Would have been a brave man who called that a penalty shot.
2 seconds.
2 seconds, and there goes the buzzer.
Oh my, could you have written that, anybody?
That was something straight out of Boys.
I see Anthony Hopker walking up, he's the local correspondent. And, oh, now what's going on down
Meanwhile,
there?
there's still conversations going on. And
Right, and Olsen having a little chat. The referee saying, look, the period's over, guys, get off.
Ferguson getting
Beleskey having a few words there. I think most Sheffield players all coming to have a little word with Beleskey, because that's probably as close as they're going to get to him. Now, I'm not going to say any more than that, but for goodness sake, guys, it's done. Get off. We've got chuck-a-duck to do, yeah?
And there goes Beleskey leading his team off after a fairy tale moment.
Absolutely. There'll be lots of ladies crying out there now. Cry, tears of joy, tears of joy.
And
here we go. This is normally the climax. We've got chuck-a-duck.
Let's just say
there's trouble down in the
tunnel.
There is indeed. The referee's having none of it. The stewards are being called in.
Misconduct to someone. Trying to work out whether it's Finnerty, who may have been thrown off the bench as well.
And he's not coming off until that area has been cleared. Very difficult to see what's going on there.
So we'll see now.
It would appear to be, I don't know whether it's fans or members of the Sheffield organisation.
Either way.
Wow. Hi, Sam. Oh, I forgot the mic was still on. Anyway, who else haven't we spoken to yet, Paul? While we wait for the Ducks.
I'm trying to think who we haven't spoken to. There's a lot of people tweeting us. That was a little bit of Blaze history right there.
That was.
We got to call a bit of Blaze history.
That's one of those moments. We were there.
That's one of the moments you live for as a commentator. A lot of people tweeting us saying, even they've got moist eyes after that.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, we've got Panthers fans. Karen and Gary Robinson have just tweeted going, great goal, Beleskey. We're Panthers fans, but even we were applauding that.
Well, hey, I did. I wondered what would happen tonight. He's done everything that we wanted and expected. He's done a great job. He's played some seriously good hockey. Although, I did hear somebody saying that Beleskey's a bit quiet tonight, isn't he? He doesn't say a lot. I said.
Just getting the jokes in what you
I
can.
think it went over their head. That guy is a seriously good player, and we can take a good penalty.
Everybody saying farewell, Matt Beleskey. We may not have seen the last of him. We may.
Oh, now here we go. This is a serious part.
Go flying in.
Here's the Ducks. Remember, you get it in the blue, you get the cash. Into the yellow, you have to go and eat in Nando's whether you want to or not, I think. Something like that. Can I be sued for that? No, nobody's near it tonight.
Nobody's
give Matt Beleskey a duck.
He can hit everything
get
else.
It in there.
I'd imagine that's a moment Beleskey will remember as well from his time in Coventry.
And here comes the duck posse coming now.
So with that note, we're off to dry our eyes.
Wow.
And
I'm even more hungry.
We'll be settling.
Oh, what's going on? Somebody.
I don't want to
be we've got more ducks coming.
We'll be off now to dry our eyes, bring out our hankies. End of the second period. Score here at the Sky Dome. Gente Casino.
This has got to be the best £8 anybody's spent in the last 24 hours.
It's got to be. Better than that £8 you spent on socks for your grandma this one. You're getting more out of it. So
we'll be back shortly, I guess.
We will be back shortly if they let me back on after that joke.
Yeah.
End of the second period here at the Sky Dome. It is. Are you going to let me finish or not?
Yeah, okay, we're finished. Done.
It is. Gente Casino, Coventry Blaze 4, Sheffield Steelers 3.
Who's got 4?
Coventry.
Okay, good.
A lot of Steelers fans tweeting us over the break about Blaze players being in the crease.
Oh, okay.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Absolutely. I'm not going to say you're right or you're wrong. That's the call.
But the call was made, and didn't Matt Beleskey step up for that penalty shot? You couldn't have scripted it. Gave me chills, that did. It's very rare.
Stevenson just popping one onto Hirsch there.
Get
See whether he's awake.
Get an early shot in to make a point.
5 seconds, make sure he's in the wide awake club, so to speak.
But I was saying, as I was walking around the rink, I had a lot of people come up and who know I do the webcast saying, I bet that was a commentator's dream, that moment. It really was. Bit of Blaze history there, Beleskey. Unless, of course, he comes back in 2 weeks. Which will have it lose its lustre somewhat.
Oh, no.
Here is Olsen, meanwhile, as the finityless Sheffield Steelers attempt to work their way through. There was a worried-looking Dave Sims down the bottom, but also a strangely quiet Dave Sims down the bottom of the steps.
I think he's running security now down there, isn't he?
We can appreciate the 3-page Star article about why it wasn't a penalty shot. I'd imagine he's briefing Mr. Westerdale already. Either way, Blaze are on the attack. Bradley has that picked up by Mike Bayrack. 58 seconds. It is a very weird night indeed. We're getting more and more Nottingham fans.
Very, very strange. They must be
supporting the Blades and going.
Do they not have a game on tonight?
They don't, no. This is the only game of the evening.
Really? Well, I would think everybody's hooking up then.
But many, many thanks to all the Nottingham fans who are becoming Blaze fans for the evening.
It's like playoff weekend.
It's like playoff weekend in reverse.
They're on loan.
It's anyone but the Steelers. Although, Panthers fans, if you think this is going to get me to say I hope you lot win the league, then you're mistaken. Sorry. We're not that overwhelmed yet. Check hard into the boards, meanwhile, as the Steelers go on the attack. It'll be fed round the boards by Gertson. The Blaze lead 4-3. Here is Beleskey. Winds up and drives, saved by DeCaro.
Did he go for the 5-hole again?
I think he did. He definitely hit that one low, got a bit of a riser on it.
That's offside.
As meanwhile, the Steelers go offside. The Steelers fan really not impressed with the officials, and Ben Olsen is
being pushed around. He doesn't take any of it, just stands there. You want to push me, you want to shove me, go for it. Now, had it been the other way round, guess what? Olsen would have been out. But he was obviously being nasty and
oh, we didn't catch that one.
No.
Had it been the other way around, they'd already be writing the press release.
He did the sensible thing.
He did do the sensible thing.
It was a nothing moment.
And Ben Olsen did well there to avoid attempted provocation. The Steelers have obviously decided that provoking Ben Olsen is the way to go, because it has worked for them in the past. That's a shot from Chris Frank. Matt Selby lands a hit on Chris Frank there as he fires the shot in. Steelers on the attack now. Hewitt tries to work his way out. Blaze will break. 3-on-2. Selby. I don't think was expecting the pass
for that.
Shoved hard into balls. Matt Selby
and grabbed down by two of them. It's uncanny, isn't it? One 17-year-old kid can bring that to you. Yeah.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying absolutely nothing.
I didn't either.
About the dirty and underhanded player Ben Olsen that we're witnessing this evening. Fed across meanwhile for Legui, who has one of the Steelers' goals. We are 2:44 in and the
it's
Steelers
offside again. That's twice now. Steelers have been caught going offside.
Just like their big orange bus, which isn't outside this evening.
Breakdown again.
The wheels have come off.
Oh, hey, they're far from off. Everybody in here needs to just calm a tad. There's another 17 and a bit minutes.
The Steelers have to dragged themselves back into this game here. They're in danger of
This is where Coventry need to kill
losing
this
control,
game.
and the Blaze, as Dave said, indeed they need to kill this game off and take advantage of a wobbling Sheffield Steelers. Here is Mark Thomas. Don't forget the coach Ryan Finnerty of the Steelers has been thrown out for abuse of an official. Here's Legui. Oh, and that's nearly tipped in by Ferguson. He hasn't given up. And Legui has tons of space. Legui shoots and puts it.
Thankfully, straight into Hershey's catcher.
I don't think Legui expected quite the amount of space he got. Ricochet there. It's poked back in, and then Ricochet through. Look at the space Legui has here. As both.
I think certainly Ben Olsen thought that puck was going out of the zone. It popped back in. Get mean, boys.
3:14 gone of the third period.
And just so everybody knows, when I say mean, it means don't give chances. Not about fighting.
Mean and clean. Here goes Beleskey again. The roar from the Skydome crowd every time he skates forward. Has that storybook goal already this evening, which at the moment is standing up as the game winner. The Steelers will want to change that very quickly. That will be icing. Indeed, Fatek gets back to it.
Oh dear.
Ah well, suppose it had to happen at some point.
Oh, there's Gangnam style going off everywhere here. It's a very slow change there, Sheffield.
I think they're just trying to take a breath and calm themselves down. They're in danger of letting their emotions get the better of them. The Steelers. Hockey is an emotional game. The Blaze definitely have taken a lift from that Beleskey goal.
Cowley puts it on goal. Cameron's there ready to clean up if it doesn't get covered, which it does.
I think DeCaro was ready to cover that one up. And already Beleskey's goal is going viral. There are videos on Twitter.
There's a surprise. Oh.
Of course, everybody has to wait for the official one with the commentary. That's your best bet. I've heard that's quite good.
You get all the emotion as well.
Get all the emotion out of it.
Mine normally cuts me off.
Oh no, you'll be fine. I doubt he'll cut you off this time, to be honest. You were the one who'd seen it gone in for a start. Here is Venus. Good play by the Steelers to keep the puck in the zone as they go for a change.
Those young guys now, they've got to keep their heads. They've got to keep doing what they were doing before, chasing down pucks.
As Greg Lee tips that in, that looked like a set play there.
I think that was just about getting the rest of the line changed.
And it's given away for Bayrak, works his way in. Bayrak shoots and DeCaro makes the save. That was Rod Sarich.
Not convinced.
Awful giveaway by Rod Sarich here. Look at that. Straight to Bayrak's stick, and Bayrak takes himself into a tight angle, and I think you had to back DeCaro there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would have been a very soft goal to let in that one. Or either that one incredibly accurate shot from Bayrak. That's a sticked away by DeCaro. The shot comes in from the point. 4:54 gone in this third period. 4-3 in favour of the Blaze in this seesaw game.
Yeah, Bradley around the back of the net. The puck hangs on the back of the net. We get a whistle. I think this line will stay out. I'd like to see Mike Bayrak get a little bit more involved. I know he's got plenty of skill.
So would I. We're always told Paul Thompson says he's a very intelligent hockey player and a very skillful hockey player. As it works free again for another one, but Bradley can't get out the zone.
That was so close. So close. He tries to get a foot over the line.
We probably won't pick this up on the camera. It hits Bradley there. Greg Leave, and Bradley
is
is
just about. Oh dear me.
He might be fairly quick, Bradley, but he's not quick enough on this occasion.
Well, he was trying get back from a little bit of a tussle in the corner as well. That doesn't help. 15 minutes, just under 15 minutes to go in this game. It remains 4-3. The Beleskey super goal.
Indeed. What price an overtime winner for Beleskey, do you reckon?
Oh dear me, no. Goodness me.
If it goes to overtime, turn your speakers down just in case. We might break them. There's Chris Frank, meanwhile, who throws the shot on net. Limp right. For it to go to overtime, Steelers have to score at least one. Cameron. The bouncing puck is eventually
nearly.
Still not quite pulled down by
nearly
Cowley.
Eventually. Beleskey's staying out. He's going to run himself ragged tonight.
Here is Beleskey. Works his way and shoots, and DeCaro wasn't sure where that was.
Any of you young hockey players or any hockey players who are watching this tonight, did you see Beleskey there where he was waiting to pick up the puck? Where was the blade of his stick?
On the ice.
It was on the ice. He was there. He was committed. He was ready to take the pass. He wanted the pass. Even I could see from here. Yeah. So Paul, keep your stick on the ice, son. Fed up of telling him that.
Meanwhile, here is Jonathan Phillips, who does keep his stick on the ice and uses it to poke the puck clear of the zone, as does now. Has one goal already. Doesn't get the shot off. Might have been goal of the evening, that baseball swing goal from Esders. 6:10 gone. 4-3 to the Coventry Blaze in this final period against the Sheffield Steelers on New Year's Day. Hockey night in Coventry. Selby.
He'll have a go.
He feeds the puck across. That was Venus nearly.
Too many white shirts in between them. Should have had a pop.
And Bayrak steps back on with the Lee brothers. That change a little bit ragged, but the Steelers don't take advantage as they too are changing. Tate now. Works his way down this right-hand side. Feeds it across, and Hirsch wasn't sure where that was. Down goes Ashley Tate, and there will be a penalty called
on Egener.
On Mike Egener. Let's see if we can spot that one. We appear to have a horse in the Coventry box.
He's right round in a little bit of a trip there.
A little bit of one. If we were more biased, we'd have said there was nothing there, but we know. If we were biased, we'd have said there's nothing there, but we know there was a little chop at the skate.
There was a little trip. Let's hope it doesn't come to anything for the Blaze.
6:55 gone. Steelers on the power play.
Steelers will put a lot of pressure on here now.
And they have
Mike
to score.
Shoot, fires it up the ice. Not too hard.
Just hard enough to ensure it does go all the way down.
We've
to
got Olsen shooting the Lee brothers on this penalty kill.
Look at them go from
and Lee puts a shot almost on goal. I didn't think the netminder needed to stop it, but he did.
And now you can see the puck is fired to the back post. The Steelers trying to set up here. Blaze aren't quite set up in their box yet. Very fluid box. Now it's cleared by Bradley.
Beleskey, Cameron, Cowley. Wow, Cowley's coming on and is a defenseman this time.
He is. It's Ben Olsen on the other side.
He'll be taking a bit of the time out of there because Egener will be back out shortly. And obviously Thompson is trying to keep those lines of his matched up.
Now Olsen will switch for James Griffin as the second penalty killing unit.
Fairly light guys on defence now, but also very quick guys. So very fast feet, both of them.
And the puck will be dropped at centre ice as it's fired up into the netting behind the goal. We're halfway through the Steelers power play. 1 minute gone on their power play. 1 minute remaining. 7:57 gone in the third period. Here's Ferguson. Does well to retain the puck then. Stevenson wants a pass. Instead the puck goes to Ferguson. Tate and Phillips are both lurking in front of the net. Tate goes around the back of the net. Now positions himself behind James Griffin. He scored a fair few goals from that position as Ashley Tate. Good penalty kill by the Blaze. Good work by Riscaldi. Puck stayed in though. Had left the zone though.
29 seconds of this penalty kill.
Oh! Dear me. That was a nervy moment.
I don't know whether he gave up his body to save that puck or it just hit him, but that's one of those moments.
That was Griffin fired. That one, I thought that had gone the length of the ice, and all of a sudden it had ricocheted and was driven by Tyler Michel.
Wow. This is going to be a cliffhanger, everybody.
I'll settle in for the next
11 and a half.
At least 11 and a half minutes. 22 seconds remaining on this power play for the Steelers. Stevenson is tipped and saved by Peter Hodgson, but the net's still free.
Oh!
And the whistle goes.
Interference called on Michel. I'm not sure where that puck hit Brad Leib either, because
I think in fairness the call on Michel is because he was flopped across Peter Hirsch.
I think there'll be one or two Steelers fans who might tweet in and say, well, what was Olsen doing giving him a shove?
Wouldn't blame them.
No.
They have been tweeting a fair amount this evening.
Yeah.
You can tweet
but
us
I don't think
at Fourth Line Wing.
I mean, I don't think there's been that much, apart from the big events, and the Blaze weren't even in position for that face-off there. Referee just says drop it, off they go. 10 seconds on the Blaze penalty.
4-4, and then they will let an extended power play. Beleskey can't pull that in. 3 seconds. And Blaze go back to full strength.
Mike Egener's back out.
Mike Egener steps and heads straight for the bench. Bayrak steps on.
Oh!
Beleskey doesn't quite pull that in, nor does Brad Leib. 9 minutes gone in this third and final period. 1 minute 30 remaining on the Blaze power play now. Tyler Michel in the penalty box for the Steelers. The Blaze lead 4-3. Here is Bayrak. Lurking at the point is Beleskey. Gets the pass. Shoots straight into Jason Hewitt's body.
I think it was probably his leg or his foot, and it hurt a bit.
He did spin round and it looked like he decided to head for the bench then, Jason Hewitt. Point blank. That's driven the length of the ice. Peter Hirsch deals with it.
They'll try and get out. We need to be quick now. Be quick.
Halfway through this power play. Shoot with the stretch pass. Here is Brad Leib. Beleskey wants it fed round the boards. He gets it fed round the boards. Beleskey. Danny Myers is with him. Greg Leib lurks. He'll get the pass now. Brad Leib lurking at the point. Greg Leib sets up along the half boards. Feeds Beleskey. Greg Leib again. Drives one on net. It's tipped by Beleskey. Puts free. And eventually it goes up and over the top.
Bayrak almost in the right place.
10 minutes gone.
Or was it Mike Shoot? Maybe Mike Shoot, actually.
It may have been Mike Shoot
pinching it.
23 seconds on this power play for the Blaze. A goal anytime now would be crucial for the boys in blue. Give them a 2-goal advantage with less than 10 minutes remaining. Here is Bradley.
10 seconds.
Cameron.
We'll put that on the net.
Cameron pulls up, drives, and he does like to hit them.
Cameron, doesn't he?
He'll just cruise down the right-hand side, pull up and hit one.
I was talking to him before the game, and we were talking about golf. He said he's a pretty good golf player. He says I can drive him. Well, on that, I would say probably can.
I can't imagine how. if he pulls up for a half second, happy. I bet he's a regular Happy Gilmore.
He did say he puts with a hockey stick. I think that may have been for my benefit.
Now Griffin, that's patted down.
See, now Coventry did that earlier, and it was classed as a hand pass.
Of course, this one wasn't. We've got 5 fans watching as well. We've got fans from all over the Elite League.
Welcome to your face.
Tuning in and enjoying the game. Surprisingly, the vast majority of them are supporting Coventry as well. Here is Bradley.
Beleskey up to Cowley.
And it's dumped in again. Beleskey goes raiding forward. So
that's quite sensible hockey, you know. Face off down there. We can get a change in. And it might have trickled through.
Settle down. John DeCaro has not played badly for the Sheffield Steelers, in fairness to him.
No.
I can't pick out any of the Steelers who played badly. They've had a decent game.
Leib and Bayrak back out again. Olsen and is that Shoot?
It's Stephen Chalmers
Oh, it is Chalmers. I wasn't sure.
And now Myers. Tate. Mayers, sorry,
that
not
was
Myers.
a nice pass.
That was a nice pass from the Steelers as they desperately try and continue their run of 11 straight wins here at the Sky Dome.
If you keep saying that, you and me are going to fall out.
Reverse jinx. That's what it is. Here's Tate. That pass for Rod Sarich. There were rumours his brother Corey was going to come over and join the Steelers at one point. That never happened. Corey Sarich, very big, nasty Calgary Flames defenseman. And now, here goes Stephen Gertson. Do you know what the Steelers are missing? They're missing a skillful British forward at the moment. If they'd had one of these earlier in the season, they'd have been very useful. Gertson. And it's nearly tipped in, and the puck, we're not sure where the puck is. Hirsch is on his line, the puck is piled down. The Steelers think the puck's in.
Well, I don't know how they can see.
There's a crowd of humanity in front of the net. Steelers fans are adamant Peter Hirsch, as he got up, just flicked the puck back over the line. See if we can spot anything on the replay.
Once the whistle's gone, that's it. Please.
Russ Cowley did appear to kick the puck out.
But the whistle's already
The
long
whistle
gone.
had already gone.
How do we know it hasn't been pushed in since the whistle, since everybody's having a little poke in there to look where it is? Live with it, get over it, move on.
Either way, the goal is not called. Despite the massive orange behind Peter Hirsch's net. Remonstrating. Goal hasn't been given. 12:30 gone in the third period.
Now, come
4-3.
Keep disciplined now, Blaze. Stay disciplined. Cowley will move to centre to take this face off.
And everybody settles in again. Shot, padded
Beleskey
away.
taking no prisoners there.
Mayers, that's poked away nicely by Beleskey. Steelers will come again.
Offside.
Borderline
Maybe
offside.
not.
Hirsch gives up a rebound, thankfully straight to a Blaze stick. I think he knew what he was doing there. Beleskey crosses the red line and dumps it in. DeCaro.
Am I getting
Moves the puck
excited
swiftly.
now, Paul?
You are getting a little excited.
Okay, I'll calm.
Oh, no. It makes for good TV. And we get the old call and response. Steelers and Blades as a Steelers player, Jason Hewitt, that is, I think, goes down in front of Peter Hirsch's net. Everybody settles down.
The raffles, Paul.
Oh, I was going to say, you want to check yours? Nowhere near. Be useful for you quick post-Christmas, £400. Face off. Will now take place once again to Peter Hirsch's left. We're moving towards picking man of the match time now.
Oh my lord. I really don't know.
I have a sneaking suspicion, but Matt Beleskey's going to get it for the Blaze. I don't really think there's going to be anybody else, to be honest.
I just want to see the end of this game.
Here
This score.
goes Bayrak.
Again, a little slow on the release there. These guys aren't going to give you any time.
And now Bayrak will spin again. The Guia's with him.
That's
Bayrak fires a
better.
shot
Get
on
it
net.
on target.
And it's dealt with by John DeCaro. Mike Bayrak getting a bit of stick from Blaze fans over the past few weeks. Apparently, they think he's saved his best performances against the so-called weaker teams.
Well, he hasn't had that many performances because obviously he was there with an injury, but I'm sure he does a lot. You know, you watch him, the guy does a lot, but you want to see him get a little bit more involved.
Paul Thompson has said he slated Bayrak as a 30-goal scorer. By slated, I mean had in mind as it's fired across. Bayrak down as a 30-goal scorer. Also, interesting Blaze rumours. Brian Yernick announced on Facebook yesterday that he was heading back over to England.
Oh, what?
The penalty is called on the Blaze.
He called shoot for holding.
Shoot goes to the box.
That was a very clever play by the Sheffield player.
Steelers now are being given chances to get back into the game. Another power play, 13:45 gone in the third period. Just over 6 minutes remaining, and the Steelers will spend up to 2 of them with the man advantage.
Come on, Blaze, dig deep.
Blaze have to dig deep now. This team plays best in times of adversity
Oh.
as the linesman goes down.
Linesman goes down, and he's Canadian. I think he must come from Saskatchewan.
He must be Canadian by marriage. Dumped in by Sarich.
That's a very untidy.
And it's driven again, and that's over the top. That puck was travelling. Now it's cleared over the top of Jeff Legui, and the Blaze change very quickly. 30 seconds into the power play. 14:23 gone. 4-3 to the Blaze in this 1-goal game.
Cameron Beleskey, Olsen, and Cowley again stepping into the D roll. Oh,
that could have been an interesting collision. Neither.
Could have been.
Nobody wanted to get between Ben Olsen and the balls there. You don't want to do that at the best of times. But not at the speed he was moving. Here's Beleskey. Tries to drag his way through. Still has the puck, Matt Beleskey. Nobody's with him though.
Was he dangling then?
He was dangling.
Hey.
52 seconds remaining. Ferguson is just eased into the boards by Ben Olsen. And Ferguson wants to go. Escapes
Olsen
back to have
says,
a word
no,
or two.
come and see me later, son.
Olsen goes, don't be silly. And now he's having a word with the officials, Simon Ferguson. Someone must have given him his jabs with a gramophone needle because he never stops talking. Here's Michel. Now fed again for Michel. Works his way through for Stevenson, who's
20 seconds of this
20
penalty.
seconds remaining. Fata
Comes
can't
off
catch
lead.
a shot. Bradley blocks it. Now the Steelers still trying to work a shot. 10 seconds remaining on this power play for them. Plays a lot. The Steelers, a lot more static than they have
in front of the net.
And Fata can't get the shot off, and that will leave the zone.
Oh, what?
Bradley picks himself up. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but it worked.
Oh, it looked like he had a little bit of a trip in there.
I think he was trying to lean on
was he?
Fata,
Okay.
and Fata just sidestepped out the way. Stevenson.
Coventry back to full strength with just under 4 minutes to go.
On a 1-goal game. These are the kind of games that it's fun to commentate on. Shoot. Puck is in the corner with Danny Mayers. Esders. Still jammed up against the boards. Now it works its way free. Shot padded away by Hirsch. And eventually it's cleared. And Beleskey is still working hard. 56 minutes gone and he's still playing like it's his first shift of the evening. With all the energy. Bayrak goes for the wraparound. Doesn't get enough on it.
Untidy.
And now the change. Cameron gets in a little dig on Lee Esders.
Esders getting in the way.
Esders trying to claim he did it accidentally. You know where you are on the ice when you're going for a change. Big hit by Egener on Tate. That puck will go the length of the ice and it will be an icing.
Just under 3 minutes.
3 minutes remaining.
Come on, John. Johnny, this is your time, son.
As you may have heard then, they're asking us for man of the match. We think Simon Ferguson's got a decent shout for the Steelers. Lee Esders as well.
Wow. Oh, this is hockey.
It's a little bit tense, this one.
Oh, I love it. Hang on. Officials took his helmet off.
And back on. A little bit of the discussion going on there with all the linesmen. The Blaze having a Women's
Don't
Institute
argue
meeting.
now. Get on and do what you've been doing for the last 57 minutes.
I think they're just having a little pump-up session. The Steelers fans unimpressed.
You know.
Everyone settles in for the face-off. Eventually the puck will drop. Greg Lee Goes out to the point. The puck is behind the net though, laid off by Tate.
There's a lot of people around that crease.
Ben Olsen just steps across Ashley Tate there. Tate dumps that back in.
Steady.
Blaze slightly wooingly collapsing towards their goalie.
Out the zone though.
Puck is out the zone now, and there's space over this side for Bradley, who winds up and drives, and it's padded wide.
Come on, D, you got to be out there.
Moving towards the final 2 minutes. 1 goal game here. Shot is all the way through, and it works away, and the Steeler can't get onto it. Stevenson. And now it's free at the back post. Shot saved by Hirsch. That was LeGuy.
Hirsch will lead.
Somebody stopped it.
2 minutes, 5 seconds.
Look at that. Out in front, LeGuy.
Me.
No Steeler could get a touch on it. Comes back in. Look at the space LeGuy has.
Wow, and they've got to calm now. Calm.
Crunch time.
Oh, dear me. Paul. Oh,
I'm too old for this.
and me. I'm much older than him.
Here come the Steelers again, saved by Hirsch. Shoot will fire that one away.
Right.
This is the Blaze team we saw in the early part of the season and everyone loved.
2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go.
Big
Compton
stretch
again.
pass there.
Well played, Tyler Michelle.
And I don't know what he's calling there. He called it as offside.
He has.
He was right down the other end of that ice.
I think I'm going to say it again. I'm going to go for the reverse jinx again. Steelers on a run of 11 straight wins here at the Sky Dome.
If you don't shut up, me and you are going to come to blows. If they score you going over the top. Over the top.
I'm standing back now.
Yeah.
Can the Blaze break that run? At the moment, they are roughly just 100 seconds from doing so. Limp right with Olsen. 90 seconds
Here comes the
remaining.
Sheffield netminder.
John DeCaro leaves the net. The puck's jammed. It's shot by Michelle. Works his way free. Beleskey is battling with Tyler Michelle in front of the net. Empty net
1 minute 20 seconds
for
to
Sheffield. 1 minute 20 remaining. Blaze can't get the puck out the zone. Steelers scrapping like demons. Puck jammed up against the boards. The Steelers want an equaliser. Egener post that away. Cameron can't get to it. Beleskey.
Oh no.
25 on the length of the ice. Crosses the red line and shoots.
Oh! You could not write this down. My lord. If I took your ears out, I apologise.
Matt Beleskey.
Wow.
Game winner and an empty net goal.
If he wasn't a bloke, I'd kiss him. You know, I might even kiss him anyway. What a goal!
From the red line into the top corner.
Oh dear me, might have been close to the blue line. But my God, what a night, everybody.
That is a storybook ending.
If you are watching this, whether you're Sheffield, Nottingham, Fife, Belfast, or any of those other teams I can't remember, you've got to love this.
Matt Beleskey, in his last game before going back to North America, has scored the game-winning goal and topped it off with an empty netter. It's not the game-winning goal yet.
No.
Let's point this out.
You know, I was talking to Tomo before. He said, you know, I lose Guthrie. That's 20% of my scoring. I'm going to lose Beleskey. That's 26% of my scoring. He said, I hope to God we have a good game tonight. And do you know what? Whoever his God was, he's answered him.
And now it's fed back for Chris Frank again. The Steelers still fighting. The
He's holding his stick.
And Jonathan Phillips is tangled up in front of the net with Egener.
Oh, it's the last minute clap.
Let's be honest. If it wasn't happening already, Matt Beleskey is Blaze man of the match.
Well, he's already the EIHL Beauty of the Week thing, isn't he?
He is. There is no question Matt Beleskey.
Not a dry eye in the house. It's going to take a while to get these guys off the ice as well, I tell you.
We'll hang around for what we hope will be Auf Wiedersehen to Matt Beleskey and not farewell.
Oh, hey. Dear me. You know, my arm hurts, my knee hurts, my shoulder's a bit twingy today, but I wouldn't have missed this.
This is a commentator's dream.
Oh.
And the face-off will take place. There's 29 seconds remaining, potentially, of Matt Beleskey's Coventry Blaze career. Chris Frank throws a shot on net. The Steelers still trying to spoil the party.
Yeah,
They've got to score twice.
Oh.
And the puck works its way free again. John DeCaro is back in net.
12.
10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
counting down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You were there, people. Excellent.
5-3.
Can you hear that noise?
To the Coventry Blaze. They've beaten the Sheffield Steelers on New Year's Day.
What a game of hockey.
And Matt Beleskey has said farewell with 2 goals. The 2 goals that are the difference.
2 goals, one of them, yeah, okay. The penalty shot was very decisive. I think it kind of spurred Sheffield on. But you've got to say as well, Paul, that the rest of that team played out of their skin tonight.
They did play out of their skin. And I'll tell you what, Joe Beleskey, Matt's dad, is watching.
Oh, Mr. Beleskey.
Canada. You can be very proud of your son this evening.
Absolutely. And you can tell him he's not allowed to come home and he's got to stay here on the naughty seat and play more hockey for us, please. Wow. Hats off to that man. Look at him.
He takes the applause as he works his way across in front of the benches. And we will hang around this time, I think. I don't think we're going anywhere.
Dear me.
We will hang around to watch the Sky Dome say,
we have to.
Auf Wiedersehen to one of the best players ever to pull on a Blaze jersey. In the hope that just possibly he'll be back here in a couple of weeks' time.
Does this mean you're going to be writing a blog this week?
Several.
Will one of them centre on Matt Beleskey?
One of them might centre on Matt Beleskey, yes.
Well, I can't wait to read it.
So we'll work our way through the man of the match for the Sheffield Steelers, who were a very big part of this game, let's not forget.
Absolutely.
They more than played their part. And it is Stephen Gertson who gets man of the match for Sheffield.
Again, a very, very influential player. Although, 5-3, empty netter. Sheffield will be going home thinking, where did that lot come from? Well played, Sheffield.
They get a warm round of applause from both their travelling fans and the Blaze fans, the Sheffield Steelers. They've more than played their part this evening.
Absolutely. That was a stunning game.
That was really the kind of game that had almost everything. It didn't have a fight, but it didn't need one.
No, and thankfully, maybe that's the answer.
It was a 60-minute scrap, that was.
That was very good. Very good. We're just joined by James Pease up here as well. James, what do you think to that game tonight?
Yeah, it was a pretty end-to-end action-packed game, wasn't it? Right to the end there. You can't ask for much more.
Put him on the spot there, guys. Of course, James Pease, the scoring legend. No, D-man legend.
Man of few words, James Pease.
But I think everybody here has enjoyed this one.
Man of few goals as well. And lots of Sheffield fans saying the best team won on the evening.
Well, somebody had to win.
And
Mike Shute having to give up his shirt.
As we work our way through the minor presentations.
Who won it? Not the security man. He'll never get into that. Yeah.
Is when the winner will win a Matt Beleskey signed regular season away jersey. Presented by Mr. Matt Beleskey, sponsored.
There's 2 very happy young boys down there. They've won a Matt Beleskey shirt tonight.
Game worn and signed. Not that they'll ever put it on there, but that's worth a few quid. Whether or not he comes back in the event of a lockout for the season, that's worth a few quid.
Absolutely. And he's wearing a Beleskey shirt as well.
I wonder who's going to present that one. There we go. I'll take your time, Matt. You might be over here a while. And now we will see. Oh, we got birthdays as well. I wonder who'll present those. He's trying to sneak away, is Beleskey.
Oh, we've got Beleskey, Egner and Lieb in there now. These are the birthday greetings.
Work our way through the presentations.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, this is Matt Beleskey's final game with the Blaze. From all the players, fans and management, we'd like to wish Matt all the best in his return.
So that's curious, because the press release said he might come back if there's a lockout.
For all his hard work and effort as part of the Blaze family. Ladies and gentlemen, 39, Matt!
There you go. Matt Beleskey takes the applause of the Skydome.
Mr. Beleskey, I hope you're very proud of your boy. He's made a lot of people happy while he's been over here, especially tonight. I wonder if his dad coached him when he was little.
I'd imagine he may well have done. And somewhat unsurprisingly, the man of the match is Matt Beleskey.
Yeah. That crowd are very excited, and the players are very excited. Just in case his dad's getting worried, they don't really hit him that hard.
On the way.
I suspect there might be a beer or two drunk later.
I suspect there may be.
And every man Jack on there
has earned one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They've all earned several. And now we will see Peter Hirsch. We haven't seen this at the Skydome for a week or two.
No, I suspect we might see it tonight.
I suspect we may see it this evening.
The Hershey wave.
Matt Beleskey leads his team round. And I wonder if Hershey will give up leadership honours to Beleskey
I think
this evening.
he's going
to. I think he is. It is Beleskey who will lead
and,
the
for
Blaze
once, they're
victory
all
celebration.
in on it. Are we ready?
Here we go. And face the other way as well.
And if you look over there, there's two Sheffield fans left over in the far end, and I think one of those comes from Coventry.
I get the feeling that the Blaze forming up a guard of honour as Matt Beleskey takes one more solo lap of the ice as the crowd chant his name. Farewell, number 39.
Greg Lieb's little guys are on again. Oh, they love it.
Hopefully that's Auf Wiedersehen and not goodbye. Beleskey's just handed off his stick as well.
Oh, wow.
To a very lucky young fan.
Absolutely.
That'll be worth a few quid.
They'll be after that.
They'll be after that one on eBay, I think.
You've got to have enjoyed that.
You have got to have enjoyed that one. We will say, we will bring the story, this particular story, to an end. We hope it's not the end of Matt Beleskey's story in Coventry, but at least for now it is. Final score here, Genting Casino Coventry Blaze 5, Sheffield Steelers 3. And it's good night from me, Paul Wheeler.
And it's good night from him, Paul Wheeler.
Thank you.
David. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Happy
Cheers.
New Year and good night.